Good morning and welcome to all the friends and colleagues we are really happy to greet here at the Institute for Philosophy and Social Theory today. This is an occasion, first actually bigger gathering which we organize after the pandemics, and we are so happy that we can see your faces in live and that you can be here with us. As it makes it different, it gives specific life to discussion and hence to theory when we actually can discuss in live. Today, the topic is reviving democracy through participatory democratic innovations. When I was preparing myself what I'm going to say today, I remembered what our former director, Petar Bojanić, used to do, and he always went to etymology of the words. And hence, I wanted to see where participatory is coming from, actually. It was interesting. I know that this comes from Latin, which means pars, which means part, but there is even more than that. There is Sanskrit purtam, which means reward. And there is also Greek prepotai, if I'm pronouncing it well, which means it has been granted. So it is something actually which is a part, where we are part, but it is also something which is rewarded and which we need to earn somehow. It is granted. So it is up to us to take part and participate in our lives and our democratic participation in citizens' life. So I would like to thank particularly to Laboratory for Active Citizenship, which is one out of 9 labs here at the Institute for Philosophy and Social Theory, which is actually channeling the most what is our core program, and that is social engagement studies, which we started, well, now almost 10 years ago. And I want to thank Irena before all, because she led us through all this journey, which I'm going to speak a little bit more. I would like to thanks to Jelena Čeriman and Jelena Vasiljević, to Sara, to Vujo, to Ana Đorđević, Biljana Đorđević from Faculty of Political Sciences, Zoran Pavlović from Faculty of Philosophy, and Jovana Timatijević from our partner Ministry of Space for being with us in this journey and helping us to carve theory and practice in terms of citizens' participation and participatory democratic innovations. We have started to work more thoroughly on this topic 4 years ago. And we started somehow from crossroads between bottom-up and top-bottom design of democratic engagement. And I think this is something which marks our line and our pathway compared to other centers, which are, of course, dealing with citizen engagement and democratic innovations. We always tend to merge or bridge, better to say bridge, these two streams, bottom-up and top-bottom democratic engagement. We started with active citizenship, promoting and advancing innovative democratic practices in Western Balkans, which is our actually first bigger project in this field, granted by Erasmus Programme, Jean Monnet Network of European Union, and without them we wouldn't be today here in this room. And in this project, actually, we gathered great partners, and I'm so happy that I can see them today. We have partners from University of Graz, Center for Southeast European Studies, and Political Science Department from University of Turin. We are expecting them to come. From University of Sarajevo, sitting in front of me, and from University of San Cyril and Methodius University in Skopje, sitting here and also somewhere there behind. As well as one of the major think tanks in Serbia, Belgrade Fund for Political Excellence. All this was supported and followed by delegation of the European Union to Serbia, and I want to particularly thank Silvija Estriga, which was with us when we organized first citizens' assemblies here in Serbia. And also I would like to thank to United States Embassy to Serbia that also supported the experiments which we had. We continued further with our projects and thinking about citizen engagement, and especially with social movements. And then we took part in the project, which is Horizon Finance Project, Enlightening Trust, an examination of trust and distrust in governance. Our role was to actually examine the role of democratic social movements in the formation of trust and distrust, And you are going to hear more about our findings in the panel after the lunch break today. We also established a contact and collaboration with the Council of Europe, especially after they renamed one of their divisions into Division for Election and Participatory Democracy, which obviously coincides very much with the topic of today's conference. And in 3 days, on a Thursday, after we end our academic conference, we are hosting the first Academy of Participatory Democracy in Serbia, where 24 participants from local municipalities and civil society organizations will take part and learn more about tools and guidelines which Council of Europe has developed to support participatory democracy policy development. Finally, we are proud that this theme and topic led us to establish a great partnership and be part of the working group on participatory democratic innovation and sortition within Open Society University Network. And I would like to particularly thank to Roger Berkovic, who is here today with us, representing Hannah Arendt Center at Bard College, one of the major pillars of the Open Society University Network. And also we are expecting today with us Janina Velp from the Albert Hirschman Center of Democracy at Geneva Graduate Institute, and Gabor Toka, who will be later with us and going to participate in the evening panel, but unfortunately was not with us this morning as he missed his flight yesterday, and then he decided to take a long bus trip from Budapest to Belgrade. So I hope he will be feeling well after that experience. Finally, I would like to particularly thanks to Chedomir, somewhere
He's
there.
Still working outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Without him, this organization and everything which we did to greet you would be really much more difficult. So thank you for all your systematical support in everything you've done. And as you see, as a director, my role is actually to greet and to say, thank to all those who supported. But for better part of these introductory words, I leave Irena now to speak. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you, Gazela, for introducing me. Thank you all for coming to participate here with us. Gazela already covered all the topics, so I really don't know what I should say. As she said, I'm the academic coordinator of this Jean Monnet Network and a researcher at the Institute. So this is a 3-day final conference. I will then focus on the Jean Monnet Network, 3-day final conference of the Jean Monnet Network. It was very difficult for us to work during these pandemic times, and we are disappointed that we didn't have a possibility to meet all the time. So we are very, very glad that we finally can host you here and to discuss in person, not on the online platform. What I would like to remind is that although the topic was to focus on the Western Balkans, or let's say Southern Eastern European region, we broadened the goal of this scope of this conference because we find, of course, very relevant to discuss with its different theoretical approaches and different empirical cases and to interact with the academic community. But what was also very relevant for us in this project is to finally gather together also practitioners and international organizations which promotes participation. As Gazela said, we have this until now, somehow the research on democratic innovation and institutionalization of citizen participation in an innovative way went on the one side, and then we had the study of the social movements and grassroots mobilization on the other. And what we wanted to do, and this was a specific goal of our project and now on this conference, is to put them together and to study them together. We find it very useful, and we think that this approach, we must continue with this approach, especially in these times where there is a lack of trust in institutions, not only in authorized societies like societies of Western Balkans, but also in stable democracies. So this is something we want to keep as a goal, to study together these two kinds of citizen participation and see how we can contribute to the knowledge on this interaction. On the other side, what was very important for us is to focus on Western Balkan region, because there is no systematic knowledge about this phenomena. So I think now we have almost all the people studying this phenomena here in this, not all, but we try to put them all together and to see what is going on. So this is the this is something that is very relevant for us. I don't know, I can also speak about how relevant is participation today, but I think in our speech, from our speech and from the reality, political reality we are immersed in, you can all you all sure have idea how this is very important, especially when we talk about authoritarian tendencies where there is also push to close the spaces for citizen participation. So I will stop here and invite you actually to come to the next panel, which is kind of introductory panel for this, that will introduce this topic regarding the Western Balkan and Southeastern European region. And this is the panel, or it's not panel, it's a round table more. It's participatory democratic innovation in Southeastern Europe. And this is it. I wish you a very successful and fruitful conference.
Thank you, Irena. Before we proceed with the panel, I just want to say that during the day, these 3 days, we are going to move between first and fourth floor because we have another room in the first floor. So we are staying here for the panel, and for coffee break and the session we are having afterwards, we are going to the first floor. Thank you.